presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Basketball is brought to you in part by Dairy Queen, Todd's Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, Avera St. Mary's, and Bank West. And by Billion Auto, Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Fruiting Electric, Gateway Ford Lincoln and Toyota, and Midwest Co-op. Governor Sports also a service of Fisher Rounds, First Dakota National Bank, Lamb Motors, All Around Graphics, and Faith Lutheran Church. And by Missouri River Dentistry, Owaukee Federal Credit Union, Papa Murphy's, Kruger Contracting, and Wagner Auto. And now for the call of the game, here's the voice of the Governors, John Winkler.
And a good evening from Riggs High School as we welcome you here to an ESD matchup, the first of the year for the Pierre Governors as they take on the Mitchell Colonels this evening. John Winkler alongside Nathan Nass for a second straight game. And Nathan, this is a good matchup for the Governors and for the Colonels. A good rivalry game, an ESD opponent. Every ESD game is pretty much a rivalry game, but means a little bit more between Pierre and Mitchell every time they get on the court.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of history between these teams, especially, being in the ESD, but playing in games to go to state tournaments, postseason, stuff like that. There's been a lot of battles between these two, and tonight should be no different.
And, of course, before we take our first break, we can't ignore the fact that Caden Hinker is on the Mitchell Colonels, who second in Mitchell history behind only Mike Miller. And if your name's in the same category as Mike Miller, in the same sentence as Mike Miller, you've done something right. You're doing something right, and Caden Hinker is a special talent, special athlete. It's going to be fun to watch him, but it's going to be a tough task for the Governors to stop.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime, even if you've never seen the kid play, but you hear that, he has a shot at knocking off Mike Miller's all-time scoring record for Mitchell High School, you know that he's got to be a special talent. And looking down there, he's a big kid. He's got a good frame, and he's athletic.
The Governors and Mitchell Colonels here tonight. The Governors are looking to end a 3-game losing streak. The Mitchell Colonels are playing in their now 7th ESD game. They're 5-1 in ESD matchups, and the Governors have not played an ESD game yet. This is their first of the year as they look to also end their 3-game losing streak after falling to winner on Tuesday night. We'll have our conversation with our coaches. We will first talk with Coach Kreitzfeld of the Mitchell Colonels. Back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Bank West Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put Bank West Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
Has it been years since you've been to the dentist? Are you afraid to see a dentist? If so, you are among many people who feel this way. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer of Missouri River Dentistry. At our office, we pride ourselves as an office that uses a personal touch to offer gentle dentistry, tailored to fit each patient's needs. We do so by utilizing state-of-the-art equipment and methods which allow the patients to feel comfortable. So whether it has been many years or 6 months since your last dental visit, your oral health is important. We invite you to call us at Missouri River Dentistry, 223-2021, 223-2021.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Kreisfeld of the Mitchell Colonels as they take on the Pierre Governors here tonight here in Riggs High School. Coach, you come in at 6-2. You've had a lot of experience playing ESD teams where Pierre hasn't played an ESD team yet at all. But what have you liked about your team through this first 6-2 start?
You know, offensively, we've been all right, and we've been all right because Caden has been extremely unselfish. You know, he commands a double, triple team in the post all the time, so we get some looks that way. And then, you know, we're continuing to learn defensively, just trying to get better every day. That's been the weak side of the floor for us, is we just haven't been very good. So, but the nice thing is our guys are coachable. You know, we've came in at a couple close games at half, and then we fix them, and then we have a nice second half. But I'm tired of having to make changes at the half. So hopefully we can play a full 32-minute game, which we're definitely going to have to tonight.
You talked about Caden Hinker, and he's been unselfish. That's obviously one of the top lists of why he's so good. What else? Why is he also so good, especially and such a good basketball player and such a good teammate?
Yeah, he's put the work in. He's put the work in all year. Since I've known him, he's just put the work in all the time. After games, he's shooting, doing all that stuff. But he's also a kid who just wants to learn. He loves the game. He comes with me to scout teams. He always is talking about what he can do better, what we need to change, like whatever it is. You know, he loves the game. He wants to learn, and his drive is just outstanding.
You know, and it's not just him. That is why your team is at 6-2. Who else has been kind of a standout? Maybe a guy that's been unsung going into the season and has done a really good job.
You know, Dylan Solik. He's a 3 for us. He's extremely athletic. He gets himself to the rim. He's been really good. Steele Morgan. Doing a really nice job on the boards, scoring it when, you know, he gets a lot of dump offs from Dylan and Hinker, and just, you know, it's kind of been a balanced attack, which is nice. You know, when we win, we usually have 3-4 guys in double figures, and when we lose, we usually have 1 or 2. So that's just the way things go. So we preach every day, just playing unselfishly, and if we're doing that, we're pretty tough to guard. If not, it's pretty one-dimensional.
Now this Pierre team is 4-3 coming in tonight. They won their first 4 games. They've lost their last 3. So maybe something that you've picked out from their 7 games that you find a spot to maybe attack tonight.
You know, it's tough. You know, it's more so what can we prevent them from doing. We can't let them get in transition because they have way too many athletes. Obviously, Keenholz, everybody in Pierre knows he's the focal point. He does everything. And he's a tough guy to guard. So it's a team effort trying to keep Keenholz down, and then Edmond and Bush on the glass are tough. And then you have Hansen, who's going to make a 3 for him. So it's about, you know, containing them defensively, and then hopefully offensively we can execute and handle things that way.
You kind of just mentioned it, but what's that key to success to pick up a win tonight against Pierre?
You know, it would be doing a nice job on Keenholz and then executing offensively. If we can make things tough on Lincoln. That's kind of our game plan. You know, just got to make things tough, and it's hard to do because he can about do everything out there. He's just a great player, great athlete. So he's the focal point. We got to stop Lincoln.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Yep, thank you.
Back with the pregame show next here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Church prays for God's blessings to all of our athletes. Field, in the classroom, and throughout our lives. You can worship with us at Faith Lutheran Church on Sundays at 8:30 and 11 a.m., on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m., or you can watch online at faithluth.com/livestream.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Brianna Kusler of the Pierre basketball team as you guys get ready to take on this Mitchell Colonel team. A really good team. They're 6-2 right now, and obviously, Caden Hinker's kind of that guy that everyone wants to talk about. But what else makes them good besides just what he does?
They really do go as he goes, but they have some athletes on there that they're able to attack, break down defenses, and then be able to find him for some easier shots. Now he can still do a lot of really good things by creating himself too. So he's somebody that we'll really have to key in on tonight. But I think that defensively, it's just continuing to do what we do best, and that's apply some pressure and make sure that we finish everything with box out and board and get going.
Who's going to be that guy to kind of, or it might be multiple guys, obviously, throughout the game it will be multiple guys, but who's kind of those guys to step up on Hinker and defend him?
Jackson will start on him when we're on man-to-man defense, and then when we go zone, it'll be obviously everybody's responsibility. But at times, if we go into a little bit of switching action, everybody has to. But we will really want to limit touches as much as possible. With if he gives it up, make it challenging for him to get it back, and make life tough for him.
It's got to be kind of nice, he, on Tuesday, didn't shoot the ball very well overall with 43 points, but it's going to be kind of nice to get back in the home gym, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And, we got the shots that we wanted to, and sometimes that's just how the game goes. It doesn't fall your way. You don't get those bounces, but hopefully we can get those hometown bounces here tonight. And we came yesterday and got back to work, and the kids had really good attitudes about everything. They want to be obviously getting those wins, but they know that they're doing the right things to set them up for success.
And this is a big game against this Mitchell team. Of course, I mentioned their record, but an ESD opponent, a rival in the Mitchell Colonels. Do you play that up a little bit? Do you just want to take it another game at a time, or what's that the kind of the talk in the locker room?
Getting back on the right track is something that's really important. That's a big emphasis for us, and not that we've veered far from the path, but it's just a few things that we can really fine-tune and get back to being us. So our big emphasis is ourselves and playing the game that we'll continue to get the good looks and we'd rather be missing good looks than making maybe bad looks or whatever. But we want to make sure that we're still attacking well and we're still creating and getting everybody involved, and good things will happen.
And obviously, how do you do that? Because guys might pass up a good look because of past performances. You want them to continue to shoot. There's a lot of good shooters on this team. How do you keep getting those good looks and keep wanting those guys to take those shots?
Really a next play mentality. It's not thinking about the last shot that you missed. It's about thinking about the next shot you're going to make. And having that confidence. We've got confidence in them. They've got to have confidence in themselves and their teammates, and make the next best pass if you're not open, but making sure that you're not thinking about it. And it's easier said than done at times, but really when they're just pure with everything that they're doing and they're not thinking about the shot that they're going to take, they just go in there, they be their athletic selves, everything takes care of itself.
What's it going to take to knock off this Mitchell team tonight?
Really a solid defensive performance again, like we saw on Tuesday night, and then being able to put some buckets in certainly on our end, but rebounding the ball as well as we have been, and then making sure that we're continuing to push that tempo and execute our stuff offensively, getting the looks that we continue to want. And obviously we want the ball going through the net tonight. So.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Back with more of the pregame show next here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Hey DQ fans, when was the last time you ordered our crispy classic chicken strips or our juicy rotisserie style chicken bites? Both baskets are sumptuous, tender, and paired with Texas toast and golden french fries. With options this good, either choice is a perfect choice. And ring in the new year with a new fave, the Oreo Mocha Fudge Blizzard Treat. It's got chunks of Oreo cookie goodness, fudge pieces, and just the right amount of mocha, all blended into DQ's world famous soft serve. Looks like your morning coffee just got a whole lot tastier. Grab the Oreo Mocha Fudge Blizzard Treat today, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
As we welcome you back here, we are getting set for tip-off between the Pierre Governors and the Mitchell Colonels. Joe Winkler alongside Nathan Nas, and we're going to get started right on time here tonight. So with the starting lineups, we'll throw it down to Ryan Munson for those starting lineups.
A junior guard number 3, Aiden Myers. A senior forward number 20, Caden Hinker. A junior forward number 23, Dylan Solik. A senior guard number 24, Gavin Hagan. And a junior forward number 44, Steele Morgan. Coaching tonight for the Colonels, Wes Morgan, Pat Muller, Pat Larson, Adam Fosnes, and head coach Ryder Kreutzfeld. And now green and white on your feet and move.
So it is Jacob Mayer in the starting lineup, not Jack Merquan, but we go through those starters again for you. Matthew Hansen, the lone senior for the Governors, with Lincoln Keenels, Jacob Mayer, Jackson Edmond, and Christian Bush. Aiden Myers, Caden Hinker, Dylan Solik, Gavin Dagan, and Steele Morgan are the starters for the Mitchell Colonels. It'll be Hinker against Lincoln Keenels. Mitchell from left to right, the Governors from right to left. And the opening tip is won by Hinker, and Mitchell will have their first possession as we open up this ball game. Glad you're with us here on KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station, as Mitchell has the opening possession of this basketball game. In the right wing, a three is up and missed off the weak side. Rebound for the Governors as Dagan put up the three, missed the shot, and the Governors will have an opportunity to score first. Matt Hansen to the right side for Jacob Mayer. He'll look on that right wing, and now back to the top of the key for Lincoln Keenels. Edmond will catch. He'll look, throw it back for Hansen. Takes a step to his right, throws it back for Edmond. 15 to go on the shot clock. Hand off on the left side for Bush. He'll pump fake, now drive to the free throw line. Mayer for Hansen on the right side. 7 to go on the shot clock. Hansen will try and drive in. Lost the handle of the ball, goes out of bounds. And turnover for the Governors on their first possession. Good defense there by the Mitchell Colonels in that first possession for the Governors.
Yeah, Mitchell played that well. I think the Govs, you want to start your offense with the ball at the top of the key there, but we really weren't looking to score. We were looking to run the offense without ever looking at the hoop until Matthew went on the drive there.
Christian Bush is able to take the ball away from Caden Hinker. Lincoln Keno's came away with it. Matthew Hansen drove the ball out of bounds off of the Mitchell foot, so it will stay with the Governors. And a turnover apiece here 1 minute into this first quarter. No score between Mitchell and Pierre. Jacob Mayer here for the Governors. To the right side it goes for Kenols. He'll look on the right wing, now back to the top of the key. Edmond starts to drive in, throws it over for Mayer. Now back, Bush, left wing three, off on the left side. The rebound's grabbed in the corner by Dagan. Now back to the left side as the Mitchell Colonels have it in the front court. Aiden Myers will catch. Fakes the pass, now throws it. Hinker spots up for three and buries it. Caden Hinker is on the board first for Mitchell.
That was a good shot by him, but you see Jackson on that. He didn't help very much, just enough, and Hinker was able to knock it down with not a lot of room.
Here is Lincoln Keno as he gets double teamed off the screen. Couldn't find that pass because Hinker was standing in front of him. That 6'8" frame is tough to get around. Keno's now on the right baseline. He'll back it back out just inside the three-point line, and airball's a shot too strong with it, and it'll go the other way, as is Myers here for Mitchell. Colonels are 6-2 in the season as Hinker spots up for another three. That one's missed. And a weak side rebound for Matthew Hansen.
Yeah, he's a few feet behind the three-point line, but that's still a shot you don't want to see him be able to take uncontested because he's not going to miss it very often.
Matt Hansen, he'll pull up for a long three. He knocks that one down. Gives a look to the student section. Maybe want them to get a little bit more fired up. 3-3 is our score with 5:35 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, our guys kind of talked today at school a little bit about not ever playing against a hostile crowd like they did against Winter in a student section that was against them that hard. So they're definitely, appreciative of the fans they got here too.
On the baseline it goes here for Steele Morgan as he looks inside for Hinker. Hinker will turn to the right. Good bounce pass into the corner. Pump fake. Now the baseline. The Governors trying to scramble back to get to over, and a three is made by Dylan Solik. And it's now 6-3. Two threes made here by Mitchell so far.
Yeah, that was a nice look by Hinker. The coach talked about how unselfish of a player he is, and he showed it there. He got pretty close to the hoop, and I think a lot of guys of his caliber would have taken the shot, but he found the open man, and they kept swinging it and hit the open look.
Keno's misses another shot offline to the right side. Now Hinker back the other way. He'll turn, and on the baseline it goes for Morgan. Back out to Hinker on the right side. Hinker can spot up from anywhere on the floor as he'll drive in to the paint. Tough shot, and he gets it to fall through. Might have been an and one for Caden Hinker, but he still gets it to go, and it's now 8-3. Mitchell leads it over Pierre.
Yeah, tough shot and good defense by the Govs. It's just a player of that caliber is going to make those shots every now and again.
There's our first foul of the game as it will come against the Mitchell Colonels. It'll be Solik that gets called for it. And the, first team foul as Cade Kaiser will now check in. And he'll sub out Lincoln Kenols. So Matt Hansen now will inbound as Kusler calls out 5, and everybody moves to a different spot on the floor. Good pass inside for Kaiser, but his shot's rejected by Solik, who just got the foul and swats it out of play.
Yeah, that was a nice recovery by Solik. Well drawn up play by Coach Kusler, but both sides making a good play.
Inbound pass for Christian Bush at the top of the key. Inside for Edmond. He jumps. He got to Hinker off the ground. He's looking for a foul, and Hinker trying to get the swat. Does not get the foul call. And back the other way as Hinker grabs the miss. Hinker floats into the basket. That shot's missed. It's short, and Edmond gets the rebound. He'll run the floor, goes coast to coast. He throws off the glass. He goes to the floor. And still nothing for the Governors to go to the free throw line. Now here's Solik, a pass underneath, and then a foul is called. And it was before the shot. Edmond probably goaltended if there was an actual shot attempt, but it was on the floor. And the foul is committed by Matthew Hansen. Kenols and now Jet Zabel will come in as Mayer and Edmond will both take a seat. Not the start the Governors are hoping for. 3:47 to go in the first quarter. They're down 8-3 here to the Mitchell Colonels. Lob pass inbound for Hinker. Quick turn over on the pass for Solik. He'll drive in. No look pass. Might have been off of the Mitchell Colonel player. And now a tie up as Charlie McCardle. I don't know if he was looking for the pass. Maybe the pass from Solik was supposed to go to Hinker, but went off of him in a tie-up that goes in favor of the Governors.
Yeah, so he was acting like he thought the ball was supposed to get over into the corner to Hinker, who was ready looking to shoot.
I mean, and why wouldn't you be? If
Exactly.
Haker's open, you're probably thinking that ball's got to go to him. Here's Matthew Hansen. He'll pull up at the free throw line. That is good for Matthew Hansen. He's got all 5 for the Governors. And they're back within 1 shot, down 8-5 with 3:20 to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, Matthew's shooting the ball well right now. You know, he's playing with a lot of confidence. And
So is Caden Hinker.
Nails the
3.
deep 3.
So it's now 11-5. Lincoln Keatles, who's back in the game, he lost the ball. Hinker gets the steal. He's going to go for a jam. 2 hands for Caden Hinker. And the Governors now find themselves down 13-5.
First timeout taken by Coach Kusler.
10 points for Caden Hinker here with 2:59 to go in the first quarter. And the Governors are down 13-5 as Coach Kusler will talk it over with their team. A 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here on KCCR. So the Governors are down by 8. And this, not the start that the Governors were hoping for, but still 2:59 left to go here in the first quarter. There's still plenty of time here for this Governor team. We saw Winter go down 10-0 here in the first quarter to the Governors. They're down by 11 in the second quarter, down by 13 in the third quarter. So this is not insurmountable at all, but Caden Hinker's got to be stopped somehow.
Yeah, and with how good of a shooter he is at 6'8", with the wingspan that he has, that's well over 6'8". You almost got to look to make him put it on the ground and go to the hoop and play some good help rotational defense. And with a player like that, you don't want to let anyone beat you, but you might want to, do what we can to limit what he can do and make the guys around him beat us.
So come out of the timeouts. It will be the Governor ball here. Jet Zabel will inbound with 2:57 to go in the first quarter. 13-5. Governors down by 8. Caden Hinker with 10 of the 13 so far. Hansen, he's got all 5. He's going to try and get all 8. It's good.
The basket's going to be good.
And we'll see if it's a foul. I think it's going to be on Mitchell. And the Governors are going to get the possession back.
Reacting.
So they get the ball back. So a 3 from Matt Hansen, who's got all 8. No.
I was going to say,
it is. Yeah.
I don't know if the Govs realized that they called it after the shot to where we get the bucket and we retain the possession. They were headed back on defense, and Mitchell was looking to inbound it.
So this could be a huge possession for the Governors. They've already got 3 points out of it, and they still get another possession here. Lob inbound for Lincoln Keatles in the corner. It's a screen from Edmond. Rolls off a good pick and roll there from Edmond. Back to Jacob Mayer. He'll spot for 3. Missed the shot. Nearly was a 6-point possession for the Governors. That would have put him back within 2, but it's still 13-8 lead for the Colonels with 2:30 to play. Free throw line jumper is knocked down by McCardle. And Charlie McCardle into the game quickly and gets his first points. 15-8, Governors down by 7. Keatles at the top of the key. Throws it right side for Hansen. Down to Edmond, give and go to Hansen. Off the hands. And as my uncle likes to always say, the give and go came and went.
Yes, it did. I think Matthew was making a cut through. I don't know if he was expecting the ball or was just trying to bring his guy through and get out of the way for Jackson and maybe try to go one-on-one with his guy.
Here is Caden Hinker to the high post. McCardle pump fakes, got Edmond off the ground. The shot's missed, though, from McCardle. And then the rebound goes off of the Governors, and it'll stay here with the Mitchell Colonels. 2:02 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think McCardle was trying to draw the contact on that. Jackson was able to come down and, avoid making any unnecessary contact and avoid the foul.
Inbound pass here from McCardle on the baseline. He'll long pass across. And now Myers. He'll look, throws it left side. Good pump fake from Solik. He'll get to the baseline. His jumper is missed off the hands of Edmond. And now Mayer races down the floor for the Governors. Didn't have the numbers, pulls it back up to the free throw line. Edmond drives to the left low post. Baseline jumper is good from Jet Zabel.
Good look by Jackson to find Jet there for the nice 15-foot baseline jumper.
15-10. Jacob Mayer will pick up the foul. His first. He fouled him 10 feet beyond the three-point line. And the second team foul here by the Governors. First foul for Mayer.
Yeah, he was looking to be aggressive, just, got himself out of position with his feet. And you never want to see a foul that far from the hoop, but, you like the energy he's bringing right now.
1:25 to go here in the first quarter. 15-10 underneath McCardle. That little bunny is good for McCardle. And it's now 4 points for him. Boy, he's been the most active player behind Hinker, and he came off the bench for Mitchell.
Yeah, that one, McCardle made a nice shot, and it was a good job by the Mitchell offense to find him as Mayer buries the 3. But you see Hinker on that one influenced the defense, not being able to come help on the ball, and McCardle was able to make just a nice 15-foot jump shot.
Myers from the top of the key. McCardle inside the paint. Now Solik, another good pump fake, drives baseline, floats to the basket. It falls through for Solik, and he's now got 5, and the lead is now 19-13 with 40 seconds left to go in the first quarter. K-Knowles gets a screen, pulls up for a 3 off the screen. Missed the shot, rebounds off the glass from Hinker, and then grabbed by the Colonels. And there is 30 seconds to go. That's a 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. But the game clock is just a little bit behind the shot clock here. So they can hold for the final shot in the Mitchell Colonels. Solik has it to the right side. It goes for Myers. He'll look back to Kreisfeld. Mayer trying to poke the ball away from Myers. And now Myers trying to drive on Mayer, and an offensive foul is called. So a push-off from Myers, his second foul, and a turnover by the Colonels. And the third turnover of the quarter. And with 9.5 to go, all of a sudden the Governors have an opportunity offensively. Good defensive play there from Mayer.
Yeah, Mitchell's coach not happy, and the official over there letting him know that he's using kind of an arm bar to gain that advantage to turn the corner on Mayer.
So here is Lincoln K-Knowles with 6 to go in the quarter. He starts to drive all the way in. Lost the handle of the ball, turns it over. McCardle, one hands all the way down, and it goes off the glass. And it will end our first quarter with the Governors down 19-13 to the Mitchell Colonels here at Riggs High School. Back in a minute with the second. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
This winter, sip on a delicious hot cocoa and lose yourself in the grace of a fresh falling snow before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for winter sports. Stomp for block shots, holler for match ceiling takedowns, and go berserk for a perfect dismount. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com, member FDIC.
Back here as we welcome you back to the second quarter. Governors trail at 19-13. John McClure alongside Nathan Nas. Ryan Munson on the PA. Welcome back, Gray Zabel. And the North Dakota State Bison won the national championship last Saturday over Montana State. As the Pierre faithful now have watched him win state championships and a national championship. Caden Hinker opens up the second quarter just like he ended the first quarter with a bucket. He's got now 12 of the 21. Governors have 13 points to the team. Edmond turns all the way around, puts up the shot from the free throw line. That one's too strong, and the pass is deflected off the bottom of the rim from Matt Hansen. Nearly got a steal, but it bounced right back into the hands of Jackson Childs.
Yeah, Hinker's extremely efficient on the offensive end. Hasn't taken many shots, but yeah, the points are just starting to stack up for him.
He does miss that 3. There's a long pass from McCardle. That will be a turnover. It'll go out of bounds. It's either going to be a backcourt or a turnover, or Hansen was trying to chase it down for a steal because nobody from Mitchell was going after the ball. He would have had a breakaway from the corner, had all kinds of time to stop and find himself to the hoop.
Yeah, Matthew, as our lone senior, has really done a great job of stepping up, having some senior leadership, and really kind of a one-man wrecking crew for the Govs to keep us in this.
Yeah, he scored the first 5 points for the Governors. Actually scored the first 8 points for the Governors. There's a travel called against Pierre, so it'll be their 4th turnover. Both teams with 4 turnovers right now. As checking back in is Gavin Dagan here for the Mitchell Colonels. So quickly came out was Jackson Childs. He got a total of 46 seconds in before he was subbed out. And there's a double dribble called against Mitchell, so they turn it right back over. And that was by Dagan, who has just checked in. And Kreitzfeld, I don't think he's happy with the quick explanation from the official. But
I thought it was the right call. It looked like it went off his leg, and he crawled it with 2 hands to keep it from getting away from him, and then went back to his dribble.
Brecken Kruger, who's in, passes to Lincoln Keenels on the left side. Baseline jumper just inside the three-point line, and there's Lincoln Keenels' first points of the game. Governors, without Keenels on the score sheet in the first quarter, just trailed by 6. They trail by 6 again, but now Keenels has found the bottom of the net, and hopefully that maybe leads to a hot shooting night for the junior.
Yeah, I think if you would have said that Lincoln's not going to get in the scorebook until, a minute's gone by in the second quarter, you would have thought this would have been a pretty ugly game to start.
McCardle into the corner it goes. There's a 3 up and short from Dagan. And then Dagan fell down, but Kruger was able to get the rebound away. Keenels, stutter steps, drives all the way. The hoop floats to the basket and in. Good burst of speed there from Lincoln Keenels to get all the way to the basket. And he's got the last 4 for the Governors, who now trail by just 4.
Yeah, that's what you like to see from Lincoln. Use that athleticism to go to the hoop and just elevate above the rim. Higher than pretty much everyone on the court, except with the exception of Hinker.
Hinker will find Solik in the corner, and now back in the left corner. Bobbling the ball, nearly turning it over, but Hansen was able to tip it, but Hinker at 6'8" was able to grab it from him. There's a baseline jumper that's missed. Hansen swats the rebound over to Kruger. And now Lincoln Keenels in rhythm. Keenels for a 3, nearly banked it in, but the shot's missed, and Hinker now with the rebound. Game's gone up and down the floor here. McCardle, there's a shot against Christian Bush. Took the contact with Bush, and the shot's missed, and the rebound taken for the Governors. Now Hansen, he steps into a 3. That one's short, and the rebound's grabbed from Edmond. He'll take one step in. There's a shot. It's good, and a foul. Chance for a 3-point play for Jackson Edmond.
Well done by Christian Bush to seal off Steele Morgan on that one and really let Jackson go one-on-one instead of two-on-one, and Jackson doing a good job of continuing strong through the end of the play and finishing.
McCardle picks up the foul. Edmond goes to the free throw line. Hansen and Bush will take a seat. It's a big shot to knock down for Edmond. He's on the score sheet. Keenels and Bush each had 10 points on Tuesday. Keenels didn't have points in the first quarter. Edmond didn't have points in the first quarter. And Bush didn't have points in the first quarter. So your 3 key guys that scored on Tuesday didn't even get on the score sheet in that first quarter. The free throws missed by Edmond as he couldn't pull the Governors within 1.
Yeah, the coaches expect Matthew to contribute, but you don't really expect him to carry it for the first quarter and really keep you in it offensively.
Edmond will foul Hinker on the catch, trying to get inside the low post. And it'll be the first foul against Edmond, just the 3rd team foul. That was the first free throw that we took in this game. It took us all the way till just under 5:30 in the second quarter to get our first free throw. Inbound pass, a lob pass out from McCardle. He'll get the fingertips on it, then corral it as he'll start to drive on the left side. Kicks it back over for Hinker. The dangerous Caden Hinker drives all the way, floats into the basket, just rolls off, gets the rebound. The shot's blocked by Edmond, but they're going to be a late foul called against Edmond. And Hinker now will go to the free throw line for 2. And that'll be the second foul at Edmond, 4th team foul. Here's someone for the stand saying not your call. But Hinker's at the free throw line for 2. The first free throws for Mitchell. First one's good from the senior.
Yeah, I think he definitely got fouled. I was expecting that one to come from Jet Zabel because I thought Jet got him when he was on the way up on his first shot attempt and not on Jackson on the second shot attempt. So I think it's definitely the right thing for him to be at the foul line. I just think they got it maybe at the wrong time. I'm going to say that because it's Jackson's second.
Second free throw is good from Hinker, and it's now 23-19. Colonels have led this entire way so far with 4:55 to go here in the first half. Lincoln Keenels gets double team, finds Zabel, gets separation. Shot though is blocked. Ben Heisler and Zabel come in. We have a tie up, and it will stay with the Pierre Governors. With still 21 the shot clock. Did not hit rim, no change of possession. Shot clock does not reset. 4:46 to go here in the first half. Brecken Kruger will inbound. On the right baseline, Keenels will catch. He's a little off balance, but the shot's missed. Rolls in and out. Zabel gets the rebound. Got up in the air. Passed it back to Kaiser. He'll get another feedback from Kruger. The shot's missed. Right to Heisler, though, and the rebound, the putback is good. Big offensive rebounds for the Governors. Ben Heisler gets that next offensive rebound and his first points tonight.
Yeah, Ben Heisler's really a kid. He's super springy and can jump and is athletic. If he can come along in the second half of the season as they get going down the road, that'll be another huge addition off the bench with his athleticism.
Hinker tries to drive through 3 different Governors. Finds underneath the basket. Zabel will get called for the foul. And going to the line will be Steele Morgan, who's looking for his first points. Zabel picks up his first foul, and now the 5th team foul for the Governors. 4:10 left to go here in the first half. Steele Morgan, the 6'5 junior, first free throw. Hits the front of the rim and falls through.
Yeah, that's another play that it just shows the respect that Hinker Garden is. You got to give him defensively. He gets in the paint, 3 guys step up, and Jet was looking to see if he needed help too, and was just a little late getting back on the help side defense. So even if Hinker's not the one scoring, he's definitely the offense runs through him, and he does a really good job of creating for his teammates.
And that's some of the big things, and one of the, as Morgan makes the second free throw, that sometimes coaches, they're not going to say we need to stop one guy. We got to make someone else beat you. They might give that cliche answer of, we want to limit him, but we got to stop everybody. As Keenels will drive in. That shot is missed. The rebound, the foul is against Christian Bush. But both coaches were pretty respectful of Caden Hinker and Lincoln Keenels. They say we want basically, they didn't say it, but they basically said it. We want to stop them and make someone else beat us tonight. We don't want Hinker for the Governors to lose to Caden Hinker and Mitchell Colonels. They want someone else from Mitchell to beat them. And the same goes for Mitchell. They don't want Lincoln Keenels to beat the Mitchell Colonels. They want someone else to beat them. Matt Hansen stepped up in that first quarter for the Governors.
Yeah, absolutely. Those Lincoln and Hinker both, they get the same respect that, not saying they are Matthew Moores, but that he got, and that was one thing that Moores was so good at. As good of a scorer as he was, with his frame and his athletic ability, he played really good defense, and he was just as good at distributing the ball as he was scoring it.
Hinker ends up traveling. He slipped and fell. It was obviously a bad break for Hinker. Kreitzfeld can't really say too much. There was no foul, and the referee had to call travel because he did travel. They are able to wipe up the wet spot on the floor. But just an odd play there.
Yeah, it really was. Maybe some residual sweat from when those guys got after it down there on that jump ball. Not really sure what would have caused that or if he just got off balance a little bit.
Keenels pulls up for 3 off the catch. Missed the shot, but Bush has got the rebound. Fadeaway shot is knocked down from Christian Bush. He's on the score sheet now, 25-23. Governors are continuing to hang around, down by just 2 with 3:24 to go in the first half. Matt Hansen gets called for a block. That's the 7th Governor foul now. So it will send to the line the Colonels. And Solik will step to the line for the bonus as Mayer is back in for Cade Kaiser. Solik had 5 in the first quarter. Hinker continues to be the best Colonel. As he had 10 the first, he's got 14 right now in the game. Free throw, too strong. Rebound, tipped and grabbed by the Governors. Keenels nearly traveled trying to find his way through that maze of players. Now Keenels drives all the way to the basket, just rolls off the rim, and it bounces right back to Mayer. Hansen will catch the pass for Mayer. Had to bobble it to make sure he held on to it. Keenels now for Bush. His shot off the catch is missed. The rebound is on the floor and grabbed by McCardle. 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Mitchell leading by 2, 25-23. Into the corner it goes for Morgan. Underneath for Hinker. Gets a good pump fake and off the glass. An easy bucket there. Probably one of the easiest that Caden Hinker is going to have tonight. He's now got 16, and the lead back to 4 for Mitchell. Underneath for Bush on the right side on the baseline. Throws it across court for Heisler. He'll catch right back to Bush. Down the right side, Mayer throws it low for Hansen. He'll spot up for 3. Missed the shot. It was short. Rebound is off of Keenels after it was probably batted by Morgan off of Keenels and out. And now Brecken Curry will check in for Matt Hansen.
Yeah, Matt's really doing a great job. He's all over the floor tonight. He's gotten a little cold offensively this second quarter, but, when he gets the ball, he's not looking to force anything, even though he might be our hot hand at the moment. He's just doing a great job defensively, getting after it and looking to make hustle plays.
Underneath the basket, a long pass from midcourt underneath the Steele Morgan. And Morgan's got his first field goal, and the lead's up to 6, 29-23 with 2:08 to go here in the first half. Keenels here for the Governors. Gets a screen from Bush. Got double team. Bush will spot up for a long 3. Rolls in and out. Rebounds off the hands of Heisler, and it will go to the Governors. Actually, was off the hands of Hinker, but out off of Heisler, as Jet Zabel will check in for Heisler. 1:57 to go. Last 2 minutes here. The first half is a big, important one here for the Governors. Mitchell scored the last 4 points. They're up by 6. You don't want that run to continue. And then Kaiser will pick up a foul Mayer will pick up a foul as he undercut Hinker trying to catch the pass.
That's one that, Mayer as the defensive back in him wants to go up and contest that, but understand where you're at on the floor, understand that you're a long way from the basket, and they're throwing it up to the air to a guy that's 6'8".
Yeah, it's hard to go up and get that. He made that big interception in the state championship, but the receiver wasn't 6'8" for a T.
Coach Thorson would be proud if he was here watching that one, watching Mayer play through the receiver's hands the way he did. Hinker wasn't going to catch it, but Mayer definitely played through the hands on that.
Hinker makes the first free throw, so he'll get a second one. That was the Governor 8th team foul. Here is the second free throw. That's also made by Hinker. He's 4 for 4 from the line, and the lead is now 8 with 1:47 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, he's the type of player that if he gets that 1-and-1, very rarely is he not going to shoot both free throws.
Kane holds that pass, but Carter was the only one there, so a steal here for Mitchell down the other way, and it was off the hands of the Governors as they tried to take it away from Gavin Dagan. And it's the Governors now with 5 turnovers here in the first half. But Mitchell, as quick as it was a 2-point lead for Mitchell, they can go up by double digits, and they do with a 3 from Morgan off the pass on the inbound. And it's now 34-23. A crucial 2 minutes has not gone the way right now for the Governors with still 80 seconds left to go in the first half.
Yeah, the Govs defense just kind of asleep on that, not expecting it to be a direct entry to Morgan, who hasn't really done much for him offensively.
Keatles with the spin move and a finger roll at the basket. A long, lengthy jump there from Keatles. He floated to the basket as he now has 6. And there's
Hinker.
Another 3 from Caden Hinker. That's his 3rd here in the game. And it's just so hard to contain what Caden Hinker does. 50 seconds left to go.
He does, as much as he does from offensively, he has kind of been the driving force behind the energy on the defensive end for him as well.
Long 2 from Kaiser is missed, and then Kruger picks up the foul, trying to go for the rebound, his first in the 9th team foul. And now the Colonels have free throws the other way. It's a 12-point game. It was just a 2-point game. It was 23-21. The Colonels were leading. Since then, a 14-2 run, and the Governors are finding themselves. This will be 14-4 run, but the Governors are finding themselves in a bad spot, down by 12. Free throw here from Morgan is good, and that's been a big factor as well, as the Colonels now have hit their last 7 free throws. They're 7 for 8 in the game, but they've hit their last 7.
Yeah, and a lot of those 1-and-1s are coming, from fouls happening 30-plus feet away from the basket. And so, as a coach, they're not looking to score when they're that far from the basket. So those, have to be really frustrating fouls for Coach Kusler. Fouling that far, giving him a free, easy 2 points.
Morgan goes 2 for 2 from the line. Keenels had the ball stripped away. And they say it went off of Keenels. My goodness, unless it went off of his leg, but the referee didn't indicate it did. So the Governors turn it over.
Yeah, Coach Kusler's looking for the other officials to step in and at least have a conversation about it, but they weren't really in position to see anything, and they kind of indicated that by putting their hands up.
So here is now Solik for the Colonels with a shot clock turned off. The lead is at 14, and they can hold for the final shot. And Coach Kreisfeld will take his first timeout with 15.4 to go, trying to draw up. I don't think the game is going to end if the Colonels put down a 3 or a 2 to go up by either 16 points or 17. But it could be a huge dagger at the end of the first half.
Yeah, this will be a big. I don't know if we gain a lot of momentum by making a stop here, but if we can make a stop here, that definitely prevents Mitchell from just gaining that much more momentum going into the halftime.
Governors down 39-23 here to the Mitchell Colonels with 15.4 to go. Both teams have taken their first timeouts here in the first half, but with just 15.4 to go, Mitchell is drawing up a play to put points up here in the last 15.4 seconds. And with all your timeouts, obviously it's not like college basketball where you lose a timeout if you don't take it in the first half. But Kreisfeld kind of probably feels a little blood in the water right now with the lead up to 14. Inbound pass here for Solik with 13 to go in the quarter and in the half. On the right side, Morgan with 8 seconds to go. That pass for Hinker. He'll catch. He'll start to drive in. Try to throw for McCardle. Shot was blocked with 2 seconds to go. There's a foul with 0.5 left. And going to the free throw line will be McCardle. And a chance now with free throws to go up by 16.
Going to get Bush for his second. That's kind of a tough one. He was going up to try to get the rebound at the same time that, the Mitchell kid caught it and was going up for the shot.
McCardle, his first free throws. He's got 4 so far. And finally ends the streak here for the Colonels, who had made 7 straight. There's going to be 8 straight. And so now here, as with 0.5 left to go, Governors have a chance for a catch and heave, even if McCardle misses the free throw. He does miss it. Bush catches it. It wasn't going to be good even if it went, but it does land short, and that will end the first half. 39-25. The Governors, they were down by 6 after the first quarter, now find themselves down by 14 here at the end of the first half. Back in 3 minutes with halftime stats. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of heat-a-later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of heat-a-later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-a-later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre still wants your trade or your spare vehicle, and we're willing to give you top dollar. And we'll throw in an additional $250 Pierre Pride dollars. Sell us your car, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you an additional $250 Pierre Pride dollars. Trade in your vehicle for a new or different one, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you $250 Pierre Pride dollars. Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit GatewayFordToyota.com.
First United Methodist Church would like to take this time to wish the Pierre Governors great success in this sports season. Athletic competition builds skills, leadership, teamwork, and provides lifelong lessons in character development. I'm Pastor Greg, and I invite you to join us for meaningful worship, personal growth, and compassionate fellowship. For a list of worship times and upcoming events, visit our website, pierrefirstumc.org, or our Facebook page, Pierre First United Methodist Church.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back here to the Riggs High School, it is 39-25. The Governors down by 14 here at the end of the first half. John Winkler alongside Nathan Nas. Caden Hinker with 21 points. We knew he was going to fill up the charts and everything. He was going to fill up the shot chart easily. But he's got 21 points. He's been the best player for either of these two teams right now. And for the Governors, I mean, you're almost at the point where you got to try and figure out a way to stop him. It's not even contain him anymore. It's got to find a way to stop him both facilitating and scoring.
Yeah, I think, you know, you always wonder what you'll see from a coach for an adjustment at a halftime. You know, maybe we'll see a little bit of what we saw in that last possession there where, you know, it might not be Cade Kaiser doing it all the time, but you got a guy like Cade Kaiser or a Jake Mayer or a Jet Zabel, one of those types of players, just doing whatever they can to stay in Hinker's hip pocket no matter where he's out on the floor.
The Governors, as we go through the rest of the scoring here, 21 points for Cade Hinker, 9 for Steele Morgan. It was 5 for Dylan Solik and 4 for Charlie McCardle, who those are the only 4 guys that have scored. For the Pierre Governors, Matthew Hansen had the first 8 points of the game for Pierre, and he ends up with 8 in the first half. 6 for Lincoln Keenels, who got all 6 of his in the second quarter. And then it was 3 points for Jacob Mayer, who buried a 3, and then 2 points, a bucket apiece for Jet Zabel, Ben Heisler, Jackson Edmond, and Christian Bush. So the Governors have been able to find different guys to score, just not score a whole lot here to the first half with a 39-25 lead. And I think the Governors probably want to be, obviously they want to be in the lead right now, but in terms of how many points they want on the scoreboard, they probably want about maybe 9 to 10 more points on the scoreboard, try and be around that 35-point mark at halftime just about every single game.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think unfortunately we kind of picked up shooting the ball where we left off in winter, where we're not shooting a real high percentage. Matthew doing a great job in that first quarter, but then from there on out, you know, offense at times got a little stagnant, a little bit sloppy, but, you know, really not terrible and not a lot of bad looks at the basket. We just got to find a way to knock those shots down.
The Governors, they turned the ball over 6 times in the first half. Mitchell turned the ball over 6 times in the first half as well. But going in the second half here, you're down by 14, so there's a lot of ground to make up, and obviously you can break that down into segments in each quarter to try and pick up, you know, 3 to 4 points in the first half of this third quarter and so on and so forth to get yourself back in this game. But how do you get that? How do you make that happen?
You know, I'm going to know what you have to do, but how you're going to accomplish it, I have no idea. You got to find a way to not let Hinker, you know, take over like he has been, which, again, you know what you got to do, but it's another thing when you have an athlete like him at 6'8" and just a really good basketball player. It's really tough to accomplish that goal.
I would say they're 6-2, but they've beaten 5 different teams. They beat Huron twice. I think those 5 other teams right now are saying that's exactly what our game plan was. It just didn't work out so well. It's easy to game plan for it or try and game plan for it. It's another thing to try and actually execute that.
Yeah, you know what the end goal has to be, and it has to be Hinker not going off on you. But yeah, trying to figure out a way to get from point A to point B. That's going to be what a lot of people are trying to figure out as the season goes on. And watching him tonight, it's going to take a special defensive effort from an entire team. You know, you can't just expect one guy to do it, but it's going to take a special effort from an entire team to slow him down.
Governors down 39-25 at the end of the first half. Back in 3 minutes with the start of the second half. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Bank West Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put Bank West Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
Has it been years since you've been to the dentist? Are you afraid to see a dentist? If so, you are among many people who feel this way. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer of Missouri River Dentistry. At our office, we pride ourselves as an office that uses a personal touch to offer gentle dentistry, tailored to fit each patient's needs. We do so by utilizing state-of-the-art equipment and methods which allow the patients to feel comfortable. So whether it has been many years or 6 months since your last dental visit, your oral health is important. We invite you to call us at Missouri River Dentistry, 223-2021, 223-2021.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Faith Lutheran Church prays for God's blessings to all of our athletes and their families. We're proud of the commitment and dedication that you give to your team. We would love for you to join us and celebrate the successes that God gives to us on the field, in the classroom, and throughout our lives. You can worship with us at Faith Lutheran Church on Sundays at 8:30 and 11 a.m., on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m., or you can watch online at faithluth.com/livestream.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Start of the second half as the Mitchell Colonels will get the first possession as we welcome you back here to Riggs High School. Joe Mickler alongside Nathan Nas as the Colonels will get the first possession and have a 14-point lead, 39-25. As the top of the key for the Mitchell Colonels, left side, Solik will drive in. Good defense there from Keenholz, and he was able to force a tough shot from Solik, and now back the other way come the Governors, who need a lot of defensive stops and a lot of, you don't want to have too many empty possessions here the rest of the way. Matthew Hansen, pass underneath Bush off the legs of Hinker and out of bounds. He'll stay with the Governors with 21 to go on the shot clock.
Yeah, that first defensive possession for the Govs, they did a really good job of not letting Mitchell get the ball to a good spot to start their offense, keeping them out there around that volleyball line, keeping them out of the away from the top of the key. That's a good starting point for not letting them get into their offense.
Lincoln Keenholz from the high post. That jumper is missed. The rebound comes all the way out. Keenholz grabs it. Keenholz underneath for Matt Hansen. The shot's good, and he's fouled. Coach Kusler was taken down by Solik.
Solik making sure she was all right and kind of left his men shorthanded out there.
I was just saying, and Matt Hansen made them pay by scoring and getting fouled. He's now got 10. And the foul, did not see who the foul was committed on, but it is the first Mitchell foul of the second half. That free throw is good from Hansen.
I think they got number 3, Myers.
So it is 39-28. The Governors down by 11. That shot is missed by Myers. That was his third foul, if that was on him. Here's Edmond, drives all the way to the hoop, throws it off the glass, and then Bush's rebound, can't get it. It's 5-on-3 going back the other way here for the Colonels.
Yeah, that has to be Myers' third because Solik's the only one on the board with a foul, and as we were talking, he was over on the bench helping Coach Kusler out.
That is true. So over on the right side, it is Caden Hinker. As he has it, takes one step to his left, thought about a three, but a good defense there from Edmond. There's a long three up, missed the shot, rebound for Matt Hansen.
Jackson on Hinker one-on-one, he looks a lot more aggressive defensively than he did in the first half.
Keenholz high off the glass and gets the roll to fall. Lincoln Keenholz now with 8. And the Governors are back down by single digits, 39-30, with 6:22 to go. Really cupped that ball and was able to put it up high off the glass to avoid a block. The Hinker falls down on a three, missed the shot. Rebound, though, is grabbed by Morgan, and the putback is good. That's a possession that you can maybe look back on that could be a backbreaker in this game, that offensive rebound. Any offensive rebound and second chance points are tough to give up, especially when you're trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, Jackson had a good closeout on Hinker. I think Hinker, a little bit of a Reggie Miller leg kick and went down with it. And, you just got to find a man when you're on that defensive end, even if it's in a scramble situation, and get a body on him.
That one goes out of play off of Mitchell, stays with the Governors. The right baseline inbound. Reggie Miller would have got the call. Caden Hinker does not get the call.
Well, it's an offensive foul now, I think.
Oh, yeah.
If they try to get it.
That is true. The Reggie Miller rule. Here is a baseline inbound for Jacob Mayer. And then an offensive foul is committed by the Governors. And
that's Bush for a moving screen.
Yeah, that's his third foul now, the first team foul.
Yeah, I think he just tried, he tried to roll off that screen, I think, a little bit too early and got caught up with the defender, and I think that's really hit him with the foul.
As Bush now will have to take a seat, Jet Zabel will check in for him. And the Mitchell Colonels will inbound here with the 11-point lead, 41-30, 5:50 to go here in the third quarter. Across midcourt, and a tough pass, and then a lob pass over the top. It's not many times where you can throw it over the top of Cade Hinker, and he did that. McCardle ends up turning it over. First turnover of the second half for the Colonels.
Yeah, Edmond in a great spot. I think Hinker felt like he didn't have Edmond beat, so he wasn't expecting the ball, and his guy thought he had him beat, so he threw it.
Edmond looks inside, long pass across for Zabel. He drives inside the paint, and he throws it between Keenels and Hansen. Another turnover there by the Governors. And we'll go out of play and into the. He saw a lot of green over there, but and rightfully so. I mean, there should be a lot of green here tonight.
It's just too bad we're wearing white.
Well, okay, there's green in the jerseys.
Yeah. No, that was a tough play. Matthew was making his way down to the corner, and then, I think was coming back to help, maybe help get the ball, and Jet was expecting him to carry that cut over, and he just stopped, and tough play.
Solik got a bucket underneath the basket as he had a backdoor cut and a good look to him. Edmond, the ball was fumbled around, and then Edmond was able to find Matthew Hansen on the right block, and his shot, he's fouled on the attempt. He'll go to the line for two. Matt Hansen, he's 1 for 1 for the line. The Governors are 1 for 2 as a team. A foul committed by Solik, his second, and the second Mitchell team foul here at the half. First free throw from Hansen is good, 43-31. Governors down by 12 with 5:03 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think if you're the Govs offensively, and defensively, maybe look at it, okay, down 14 and a half, try to work back, get within 6-7 points by the end of the third quarter, and then look to do something similar in the fourth quarter.
And they're down by 9 right now, down by 11, 43-32 if I can do math correctly. 5:03 left to go in the third quarter. Coach Gooser took her second timeout, which means she's got 3 left. There's some math for you. Got that one right. But for the Governors, I was about to make the comment because the Governors are right now sitting 3 for 4 from the free throw line, and Hansen's got all 3 makes. They only had 1 in the first half. It was an and 1 attempt for Jackson Edmond. But you look at over on the other side, Caden Hinker's got 0 fouls, and it's tough to go after him because he's such a big guy that you would think, we got to attack him to try and get him in foul trouble. But he's so good athletically, he's so big that a smaller guy going against you, it's easy to not foul because all you got to do is put your hand up and you can't get the ball over him.
And that's what he's doing a really good job of. He doesn't appear, as if you're going to watch him play, that he's not looking to block a ton of shots because he's not like swatting at the ball like you would see a lot of other guys do. He understands his size and understands his wingspan and his reach, and he can jump out of the gym as well. So when you pair those things together, all you have to do is jump staying straight up, and you're going to alter shots.
Jacob Mayer gets called for the foul as he nearly had a turnover against Mitchell in the backcourt, but it'll be the third foul against Mayer, and he'll have to come out of the game as Kate Kaiser will check in.
Yeah, that's one, you're going to look at and, hope that they don't make the call. He kind of knocked the ball away, and it was a loose ball, and both guys were scrambling to get after it. So you're kind of just hoping to let him play, even though, there was a little bit of physicality there.
Hinker into the front court here for the Colonels. Underhand toss for Solik. Throws it back to the middle of the floor. No one was looking for the Colonels. Picked up by Keenels. He goes all the way to the basket. Leaves it off the glass. It'll rattle home. And Lincoln Keenels now in double digits, and the lead is trimmed back to 9. 43-34 with 4:35 to go. Another Mitchell turnover. Hinker, he'll find his way and sky to the basket. And Caden Hinker now, his first points in the third quarter, but he's got 23. And the lead is right back up to 11. Hansen in the right corner for the Governors. Gets a screen from Edmond. Edmond trying to seal off Hinker. Gets the pass now down low in the right post. He'll turn with his left hand. A hook shot from Edmond, and it falls through. A good play there from Jackson Edmond. Looks like an old school NBA play.
That's one of those that, definitely. You can see it there just from, Jackson's hesitation, and then he's used to just being able to turn with that baby hook, not really having to go for the old school sky hook. But Hinker doing a good job of staying straight up and that being enough to alter a shot.
Here in the left corner, good extra pass there from the Colonels, but the 3 is missed from Dagan, and it's now here for the Governors. Down by 9, 45-36. Kaiser works it back out from the corner around the perimeter for Hansen. A pump fake, now Hansen baseline jumper. That one rattles out. Hansen's feeling pretty good, feeling confident with those shots. He's got right now 13 in the game, but that one just didn't fall to make 15 for him. And then we get a time on the floor.
Something on the floor.
I don't know if it was a contact maybe or another wet spot. Nope. They'll pick something up off the floor.
Piece of tape or a Band-Aid or something, it looked like.
So
hand it to the head coach and make her throw it away, I guess.
Doing some maintenance. Hey, that's the other duties as assigned when you're the head coach. McCarter will inbound as we have 27 still on the shot clock, 3:26 left to play in the third quarter. Hanker will catch the inbound pass in the backcourt. He'll step into a three, pulls up, too strong with it. Rebounds tipped out. Matt Hansen will take it. Hansen down the floor. He will get to the basket. Then there's Hanker's first block of the game.
Yeah,
Hanker waited and timed it perfectly.
Matthew tried, he tried going into him to not allow him to have that angle to get a block on the shot, but Hanker just doing a great job defensively. And then Matthew getting it after it out here on the defensive end, drawing the foul.
Steele Morgan will pick up the foul. He missed the three. The rebound came back out to him. Hansen closed out, had to get back in front of him because he wasn't able to close out and turn and box him out, but he was able to get back in front and force Morgan to pick up his first foul, the third Mitchell foul to have. Boy, Matt Hansen has been all over the floor. He has been the best Governor. He'll pull up for three. Nearly on cue, knocked down a triple, but it will be back the other way for the Colonels. Hanker, one step around those long legs. He was able to step just once, got to the basket, missed the shot, looking for a foul. Keenels goes the other way, off the left hand off the glass, missed the shot. Kaiser falls to the floor.
Zabel's
and a timeout.
Zabel's going to go get it.
Yeah, Zabel.
Great offensive effort on the glass there.
Yeah, Zabel grabs the rebound. Kusler takes the timeouts, and it'll be a full timeout. 2:37 left to go here in the third quarter. Governors are down by 9, 45-36. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
It is a 45-36 lead here for the Mitchell Colonels over the Pierre Governors with 2:37 to go in the third quarter. Governor girls will be on the road to Mitchell tomorrow. That is now weather pending, and up until probably this afternoon, never would have thought to say weather pending, but it is now turned into weather pending. But the game will be on KCCR and be able to watch on YouTube at KCCR Sports with coverage starting at 6:40 if it does happen. As Nathan Dodds won't join me for that one.
No, I won't go on the road for that.
But it's been good to have you. I know
it's been fun. I've enjoyed this.
Okay, I'm glad you're enjoying it too. An inbound pass for Matt Hansen off the rebound from Jet Zabel off the timeout. Kaiser now back for Hansen, baseline underneath the basket, off the glass.
Great job by Matthew not settling for that jump shot and realizing there's no one between him and the basket.
45-38. Matt Hansen has come to play here against this Mitchell Colonel team.
Yeah, and you expect more points out of Edmond on a given night with just his ability and his skills that he has, but really doing a great job the second half on Hanker.
Hanker in the corner for three, buries another three.
And on cue, we start talking about playing well against him defensively, and he knocks it down in the corner.
Lincoln Keenels here, the 10-point lead for Mitchell. He'll drive, floats to the basket, rolls off the rim. Rebound grab from Edmond, pump fakes, gets Hanker off the ground, missed the shot. Rebound will be grabbed by Hanker, and then a foul is called against the Governors. And it is Jackson Edmond, his third foul. And that might have been a little bit of a frustration foul by Edmond. Christian Bush will check back in with 1:50 to go here in the third quarter. And for Edmond, it's no matter if you're a junior, senior, in college as a senior, in the pros, when you feel like you can score night in and night out and you're having a little bit of trouble against the guy that's defending you, and you feel like maybe you're not getting the foul calls, as Zabel will take it away from Hanker. Zabel, he pump fakes, got Hanker falling to the ground, and Zabel with an
huge
easy bucket.
Play by Jet Zabel, really. That play right there did a great job of getting the crowd into it. Big time play by the sophomore.
And all it is just a simple jump stop and a bucket, but Hanker fell to the ground trying to get a block, and it gets the crowd excited here at Riggs High School. McCardle underneath the basket was able to drive on Keenels and get a nice basket, and then Coach Kreisfeld will take a timeout. As Kreisfeld takes his second timeout, but it is McCardle with now 6 points. That's a big timeout, and one thing that maybe is sometimes underutilized, and I watched it when I was back in Missouri, watched it with a high school coach that did it a lot, and I asked him, why do you take a timeout? Just curious of why you take a timeout after a made bucket instead of, your team's reeling, and you wait to take that timeout after the bucket. He said the crowd starts to die down a little bit. You take that timeout, and that crowd stands even more up when you take the timeout. And that's a timeout by Kreisfeld that really just settles the crowd all the way down, still with 1:12 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, the play by Zabel, that's a great point. The play by Zabel got a lot of people in the gym up on their feet. And, they really, like you said, they hadn't settled down yet, even though Mitchell hits that bucket. And now, you take a timeout, and everyone but the student section's back sitting down.
Yeah, and because there's nothing to really you still are excited about that last play when you take it right away. But after that made bucket, everybody kind of, got back in their seats. And now it's a much quieter here at Ricks High School with 1:05 to go. Still good crowd on hand tonight. Keenels throws it over for Kaiser. Kate Kaiser back out for Keenels. Underneath for Bush. Turnaround. Fadeaway shots too strong. Rebounds tipped and grabbed by McCardle. Caden Hinker is on the bench right now, getting a quick breather with 47 seconds to go in the quarter. And then driving in, Solik is fouled by Kaiser, bumped into him. And the first foul by Kaiser, the fourth team foul by the Governors here with 45.9 to go and a fresh 35 for the Colonels.
Yeah, this is a scenario, there's only a minute left in the game when they subbed Hinker out, but it's really a minute opportunity offensively and defensively to try to gain some ground back with their best player out of the game.
And Matt Hansen gets a huge block. Doing it all tonight is the senior. Hansen a bounce pass. Good look for Christian Bush, and the turnaround jumper is good for Christian Bush. And it's 50-42 with 30 seconds to go.
Yeah.
And then a foul on the inbound pass, and it gets everybody on the bench standing up. Kaiser picks up now his second, and now the Governor fifth team foul. And it will be with 27.6 to go. And guess who gets a chance to check back in? Caden Hinker will check in as Jackson Childs will take a seat. And so now Hinker with 27.6 has an opportunity.
Sable kind of doing a good job of getting in Hinker's head and just standing there, and Hinker's kind of pushing off, and officials are going to step in and tell them both to calm down. And, the Governor faithful kind of getting behind Zabel, getting behind his defensive effort here.
27.6 to go. Poked away. Kaiser dives for it. The ball is loose, and it should be, it's off of Mitchell. It goes off of Mitchell. Kaiser is down right now.
Yeah, he got his head landed on, and, I think players and the coaches are going to ask the officials to get together to talk about this one, because they felt like, Solik definitely came over top of Kaiser, and I think was the one that knocked that one out of play.
And Kate Kaiser will take a seat, and I think, Casey Michelson is going to take him right back into the locker room right now to check on him and probably give him a somewhat of a concussion test.
I think we got a blood timeout, We're not wrestling, but we got Carmela Stanglin out on the floor cleaning up a little bit of blood.
So Jet Zabel stands.
And he is still right in Hinker's hip pocket.
There is nobody, Jet Zabel, there's nobody that's going to be that he feels like he can't go up against.
It doesn't matter
Peyton
if
and Gray did a pretty good job of teaching him how to be strong, because there is no other way to be strong in the Zabel household.
Exactly, and I think Jet being Jet, Gray at 290 pounds, at 6'6", 6'7", Peyton at 6'7", 6'8", 230 pounts. Jet nowhere near the size of those two, yet. I hope he can get there.
Yeah,
but
yet.
Jet could take either. Jet's going to go toe-to-toe with those two and still think he's going to win in a fight.
22.1 to go here in the third quarter. McCardle will inbound. The catch is made here by Myers. He gets through the double team. He'll get across midcourt with 17 seconds left to go. Hinker will catch at the top of the key. Zabel defends him. Hinker trying to create separation on Hinker. And then a foul is called. Zabel is going to get called for the foul.
That's when we talk about Jet's going to play physical, and I don't know if his buddies didn't let him know the screen was coming and just kind of ran the guy over.
8.5 left to go here in the third quarter. Hinker and Zabel are leaning on each other, and now we're going to get another towel to wipe up some more sweat.
Yeah, some sweat on the floor, and Hinker and Zabel are still, and everything you hear about Hinker, he's a good kid, and, he's feeding into this too. He's loving the competitiveness of Zabel.
Absolutely.
So it's fun to see.
Yeah, and these guys are competitive, so they want every advantage, every edge that they can get. It's a fun battle right now between that senior. Hinker traveled. Yeah. He'll go for a dunk. Ooh, boy, maybe he didn't hear the whistle, but
he definitely did. He stopped dribbling and still just kept going.
He's got to be careful there. That dunk, sometimes the official might end up calling a travel or calling a technical on you after that travel because you threw it down. 5.3 to go. The Governors have an opportunity to cut the lead down to as little as 5. Keenols will catch with 5.3 to go. Keenols to the right side, pulls up for 3 off the front iron, and the rebound will come out. And we will head to the fourth quarter with the Governors down by just 8 into that final frame. 50-42. Governors down by 8 going in the fourth quarter. Back in a minute. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station and Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Hey DQ fans, when was the last time you ordered our crispy classic chicken strips or our juicy rotisserie style chicken bites? Both baskets are sumptuous, tender, and paired with Texas toast and golden french fries. With options this good, either choice is a perfect choice. And ring in the new year with a new fave, the Oreo Mocha Fudge Blizzard Treat. It's got chunks of Oreo cookie goodness, fudge pieces, and just the right amount of mocha, all blended into TQ's world famous soft serve. Looks like your morning coffee just got a whole lot tastier. Grab the Oreo Mocha Fudge Blizzard Treat today, only at DQ. Happy tastes good. And here in the fourth quarter, we begin with the Governors having that first possession, down by 8, 50-42. Joe Mickler alongside Nathan Nas. As the Governors, Matt Hansen, who's been the best Governor, pulls up at the free throw line, missed the shot. Rebound is tipped and fought for, and we'll have a tie-up. And it will go to the Mitchell Colonels on alternating possessions. 12 seconds in the fourth quarter. I wouldn't say things have gotten... It's just the competitive juice is flowing.
Absolutely. Both teams, they know each other well from being conference opponents and getting to see each other and everything, growing up, whatnot. Definitely getting after it.
There's a double dribble against the Mitchell Colonels.
I think the Mitchell player, he tried saying they came in and tipped it, and he might have had a good point on that one. It looked like I don't know if it was Kruger or who that came in and looked like they got a hand on it from here, but we're way up here, they're right down there, so it's tough to say that we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're not going to argue that call.
No, especially when it goes your way.
Yeah, Brecken Kruger over to Lincoln Keenols on the right side. Hesitates. He's able to break the ankles of Solik, and now baseline jumper from Zabel is knocked down. Zabel now with 6 points. And the Governors are down by just 6, 50-44. 7:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. Hinker will catch from Myers on the left side. And then Zabel is going to pick up a foul as Hinker hits the deck. And
I think that right there shows everything you need to see about, they're getting after one another. But, yeah, Zabel picks up the foul, and he's the first one to turn around and help Hinker get up off the floor.
And at the same time, the Hinker extends his hand, too. Doesn't want to, sometimes those guys, they don't want to be helped up by the opposition. But, yeah, the respect that those two guys have for each other right now. And Hinker's back to the free throw line, where he has been very good. 4 for 4 so far. He's got 26 for the Mitchell Colonels, but he only had 5 in that third quarter. That was part of the reason why the Governors were able to pull within 8, and the first free throw is good from Hinker. He's that guy that you do not want to put in the line when it comes down the stretch. If you're Mitchell, you're going to, and of course when he's 6'8", you're going to find every which way to try and throw him the basketball. Second free throw. That one rolls in and out, a rare miss.
They're going to call 35, kind of undercutting Jackson as he went up.
Yeah, McCardle.
McCardle, that's one as a guy that, that's another tough foul to take because both guys were boxing out, and Edmond just out-jumped him, and, he got stuck underneath him.
So that's the fourth Mitchell foul of the second half. 7:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Keenels to the left side for Mayer. Mayer will start to drive to the free throw line, kicks it back out for Hansen. Hansen will look to the right. He gets a screen from Edmond for the left, rolls off it, gets the matchup. Edmond drives a basket. That's a charge called against Edmond. And the basket was good, but Edmond picks up the foul and the turnover for the Governors. And that's the fourth foul against Edmond. And more towel work on the floor. But now Jackson Edmond has to be very, very smart because he cannot pick up. You don't want him to pick up that fifth foul with 6:53 to go here in the fourth quarter.
I think Coach Kurth went up and, was letting Coach Kusler know that that's 4. But at this point in the game, Jackson's been playing really well. And, so it's one of those things that, if you take him out of the game, does it kind of get out of hand by not having one of your better guys on the floor? But, yes, you are concerned about that fifth foul.
So here is McCardle on the inbound pass. Myers will catch. A full court press for the Governors. It has been for the majority of the night. And then Mayer will pick up a foul as Myers will fall to the deck. And that's now the 9th team foul by the Governors. And the free throw line will be Myers, with Mayer picking up his 4th.
Yeah, you like the aggressive play by the Governors, but with Mitchell pretty much being in the bonus this entire fourth quarter, that could be an issue.
Yeah, and after this 1-and-1 attempt here from Myers, it'll be 2 free throws the rest of the way. The referee came over and said something to Kusler. But the free throw here for Myers.
Govs might have got a sideline warning there. Might have got a bench warning.
First free throw is good here from Myers.
So, yeah, he came over, pointed at the bench, and, said something looking pretty sternly. So
here is now the second free throw upcoming, 52-44. Governors down by 8 with 6:47 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Second free throw, that one will also fall through. So Mitchell, right now, all their points have come from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. They're 3 for 4 from the line, and they lead it by 9. Here is Keenels, baseline, floats as he got space, missed the shot, grabs his own board. He's now in the right corner, works it back out to the wing. Keenels will get a screen from Edmond, pulls up, long shots missed. A lot of contact. Zabel had fallen to the ground. And it will be now here Mitchell basketball. Off the air ball against from Keenels. 6:23 to go, 53-44. An inbound pass here for Myers.
Yeah, I think, it's a game that's kind of tough because I think the Governors, they probably could have played this physical on Tuesday night against Winter, and it would have matched Winter's physicality, and they probably would have gotten away with some of these calls that aren't going their way tonight.
Haker misses the first shot as he got all the way to the basket. The rebound was grabbed by Steele Morgan, and then he is fouled, and now we'll go to the free throw line for 2. And Jet Zabel will pick up now his 4th. And we'll see how much longer that he stays in. Edmond and Zabel with 4 fouls each. First free throw is missed. It is 53-44 with 6:09 left to go in the fourth quarter. Second free throw upcoming here for Morgan. He was 4 for 4 from the line. Now he's 4 for 5 and make it 5 for 6. And again, that's 4 points now in the quarter for the Colonels. They lead it by 10, but all 4 of them come from the line. 6:05 to go in the fourth. Governors are down by 10. Here is Hansen. Drives all the way in. Gets the contact. He will go to the free throw line for 2. And Hansen, who is 3 for 3 right now, have an opportunity to get back within single digits.
I think there's going to be a lot of free throw shot the rest of this way.
That's the 5th team foul by Mitchell. So they're not quite in the bonus yet as the Governors, but I think they're going to be trying to force the issue as
both
Hansen.
Both teams are being super aggressive trying to get to the basket right now, which that usually lends to a lot of free throws.
First free throw is missed by Hansen. As the second one here from Hansen is good.
The difference might be Mitchell with, I think it's Myers, has 3 fouls. The rest of the Colonels sitting at either 0 or 2. So that's kind of where this issue's coming, where the Governors got a couple guys with 4 fouls and the Colonels do not.
Kate Kaiser picks up now his 3rd, as Myers will go back to the line for 2. And that's the game has really tightened up from the officials. I mean, they've been consistent here in this fourth quarter and in the second half, but it has been a very, very tightly called game, which lends you to drive hard, look for contact, because you're probably going to get a foul drawn if you do that. 55-45 is the first free throw is good for Myers.
Yeah, and it's probably a good thing by the officials with how physical it was getting. If they would have let it go on that route, things could kind of get ugly. So I think they're doing a good job of, reining things back in, talking to coaches about if players are giving any attitude. So good job by the officials to do what they can to get everything and the physicality under control.
Keenels misses a off-balance jumper, a little bit of a fadeaway there from Lincoln on the left high post. Hinker grabbed the board. And now the Mitchell Colonels up by 10. Underneath, wide open. Shot is good. Hansen lost his man, which was Solik, who now has 9, and the lead is 12 for Mitchell with 5:20 to go as Kaiser dribbles it off the foot, and it will go out of play and a turnover from Kate Kaiser. Governors now with 10 turnovers here in this ball game. So far on the other side, 10 for the Mitchell Colonels. 5:18 to go here in the fourth. 12-point lead for Mitchell. 57-45. Myers, a pass to the right side of the high post for Morgan. Hinker will catch. They'll try and spin move on Zabel. Creates the contact off the glass and in. High off the glass and in for Caden Hinker. And then a timeout will be taken by Coach Kusler with 4:58 to go here in the fourth quarter. 59-45. Governors down by 14. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local, family-owned, full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
59-45. Excuse me, the Governors trail by 14 here with 4:58 left to go in the fourth quarter. John Winkler alongside Nathan Nas. And the Governors had an opportunity. They got it all the way down to 6, I believe it was, in that third quarter, and had that chance, but it's the Mitchell Colonels. I mean, they're a 6-2 team, and they're not 6-2 by accident. They're a good ESD AA basketball team.
Yeah, they're a really good opponent. I think, at the end of the night, if we can't get things back going our way, and things continue on the route they go, the only two differences I think you're going to see is Mitchell shot a higher percentage from the field and shot more free throws. Otherwise, I think rebounds are probably going to be very similar. Both teams have been playing really good defense. The Govs just not getting shots to fall.
Hansen, left side. Keenels takes one dribble to his left, pulls up for 3. He's got his first 3 of the night. But it pulls the Governors within 11, 59-48. And a big 3 from Lincoln Keenels. The other way, it is Myers. And then a timeout is taken by McCardle on the floor. Kreitzfeld didn't take the timeout. McCardle took the timeout. He saw his teammate in a little bit of trouble. And he decides, we got a lot of timeouts. We're going to go ahead and take one right now.
Yeah, that's probably one of those things that they've talked about that the coach has probably given him a green light because, otherwise you're not going to see a lot of juniors off of the ball looking to the official to call a timeout.
Yeah, with 4:26 left to go, and they still have, I believe, 3 timeouts left to go in the game. So they had plenty to spare, but with 4:26 left to go, the Governors are down by 11, 59-48. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
(59-48). Governors down by 11 here with 4:26 to go in the fourth quarter. Coming out of the timeouts, Mitchell still with 3 timeouts remaining. McCardle now will take the inbound pass after he's the one that took the timeout. Didn't have possession of the ball, but he did turn the official and call timeout. From just around the student section. A tough inbound pass, but they were able to find it to Myers to get the possession going again. 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. Myers with Kaiser all over him. Nearly lost the ball. But now Myers drives all the way in, throws it over for Hinker. Hinker will try and go to work on Jet Zabel. Clears everybody out. Underneath the basket. Tough shot for Hinker, and he gets the roll to fall. And Caden Hinker makes it a 61-48 game. Underneath, Bush is wide open, and a foul is called on Hinker. His first of the game. As Bush was able to get Hinker up in the air, the long 6'8" arms came down, thought he had the ball, but he ends up getting called for the foul. Christian Bush with just 4 points is at the line for 2.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of guys with that size that definitely have some pretty good shot blocking ability, not picking up a foul until this late in the game.
First free throw here for Bush is too strong for the Governor Jr. And with 3:58 left to go, the Governors right now 1 for 3 in the quarter, but are 4 for 7 in the game. Well, his last 2 games have just, they haven't shot a whole lot of free throws. Second free throw is good from Bush. 61-49. Governors down by 12 with under 4 to go here in the fourth quarter. Across midcourt is Myers. And then there's a carry called on Myers.
I thought they were going to get him for a push-off. You know, it's like when we're talking the NFL, that offensive PI, the second receiver's arm gets extended. They usually get hit with it, and I thought that's where they're going to get Myers with, is extending that off arm on Kaiser's chest.
But he gets called for a carry, so a turnover nonetheless by Mitchell. Just not an extra foul to go in the books for the Colonels. Wouldn't have been free throws either way, but the next foul will put the Governors into the bonus. That pass, Keenels will catch. Everybody to step up on him because the man got too far ahead. Then Keenels lost the ball right to Zabel, and then a turnaround jumper is good for Christian Bush. And one hand on the ball, 61-51. 3:22 to go. We got to start counting before McCardle even picking up the ball. They took too long to get to that inbound pass. So they do inbound it. Down the sideline it goes Myers. Kaiser defending. Didn't want to get a reaching foul called against Kaiser, but driving all the way to the bucket. Off the glass, missed the shot. Rebounds tipped out for Bush. Here's Keenels. The Governors. Keenels drives all the way in. The shot goes off the bottom of the rim for Keenels, looking for contact, and now Hinker back the other way. Underneath the basket, McCardle's wide open. An easy layup for Charlie McCardle, and it's now 61-43. Keenels right back the other way for the Governors. Gets around McCardle. Just inside the free throw line. Drains that shot. And Lincoln Keenels has pulled the Governors right back within 10, 63-53. 2:30 left to go. The Governors need a lot of defensive stops here, and no empty trips the rest of the way. 2:23 to go. 25 on the shot clock. Caden Hinker trying to go to work on Zabel. The ball poked away off of Zabel.
Zabel doing a really good job. He's been playing most of this fourth quarter with 4 fouls, but it's not really, he hasn't really slowed up or pulled off the gas pedal on how aggressive he's playing defense on Hinker.
Jackson Edmond checks back in for Christian Bush. And Edmond with 4 fouls. Zabel with 4 fouls. And Mayer with 4 fouls, but he is still on the bench right now. Zabel with Hinker, and a hook shot is good for Caden Hinker. And every time the Governors feel like they've got a little bit of momentum going, Caden Hinker is always there to either find the assist or the points. Kaiser drives baseline, pump fakes. Didn't bite was Caden Hinker, then he blocked the shot. And slowing things down now are the Mitchell Colonels up by 12 with 1:50 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you know, with Hinker's ability to block shots without really leaving his feet or falling for those pump fakes, just shows how well they're coached. You know, you have to be pretty fundamentally sound, especially as a high school kid, not to leave your feet.
Hinker gets around Zabel another time, puts in another bucket, and it's now 67-53 with 1:35 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Governors down by 14. With, we call it 30-second timeout.
That might have been all Coach Kusler had left.
I thought she had taken 2 of their 30 seconds already, but
no, they're saying that she didn't have any timeouts, so the head table after that timeout must have been signaling 30 seconds because that's all she had. Now they're saying Govs have no timeouts left.
Okay, so we'll keep it here, obviously, because you heard that first horn as we tried to figure out what the timeout was. We didn't get a chance to even talk. 1:35 left to go, 67-53. Not quite over yet, but it's going to take a lot for the Governors here. Down by 14, you got to get a lot of quick shots and a lot of stops here, because with 35 on a shot clock, you're going to have to start fouling here pretty quickly too to try and find your way back in this one.
Yeah, you're going to have to start fouling here, and Mitchell's been doing a really good job at the line all night, so not really the route you want to go, hoping that they're going to miss free throws, but that's kind of what we got to do.
Mayer for Hanson on the right wing. Hanson will try and drive. Instead, he'll pick it back out and now drives all the way in. Hinker with the foul. A blocking foul is called. I think did they get Hinker with it? They called a blocking foul.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it is Cade Hinker. I would think a blocking foul would be the call against him. However, it's still a foul, and Hanson's at the free throw line for 2. And that's probably best case scenario for the Governors, to try and put points up with the clock stops. But you got to hit your free throws. The first one's missed there from Hanson. Hanson, though, is 4 for 6 from the line here tonight.
Yeah, he really has had a great night. Did a great job of keeping the Govs in the game, especially early.
Second free throw from Hanson. That one is good. 67-54. Governors down by 13. You need a big defensive stop. Need maybe a steal here. Hinker catches the inbound pass, gets into the front court. Jacob Mayer, there's your steal. But then Zabel lost it between 2 different Mitchell players. Now back the other way, Solik will lay it up and in. Both teams traded turnovers. And the Governors nearly caught a break there to try and find their way back in, but it's 1:05 to go. They're back down. They're now down by 15. That free throw, the 3 is missed by Keatles.
Yeah, that last turnover by Zabel, he's looking to, knowing what the task was at hand, looking to get the ball up the floor quickly, and, just a lot of traffic.
So now with 50 seconds left to go, underneath, McCardle is blocked behind by Jackson Edmond. And now Edmond has it here for the Governors. Bounce pass for Zabel. He throws it before he goes out of bounds. A good no-look pass. Hanson pulls up for an off-balance 3. That's missed, and the rebound's grabbed. And they don't need to take a shot, but Caden Hinker nearly traveled when he caught that pass. And all they got, they will probably have to take a shot or just put the ball up in the air with a shot, because there is no difference between shot clock and game clock. But the Governors are going to fall for the 4th straight time, move to 4-4 in the season as they fall 69-54. And Pierre will now be off, and they get a chance to be off until next week, Thursday, as they'll take on the Douglas Patriots here at home. We'll have it for you on KCCR, as Myers will be called a shot clock violation with .1. Yeah, .1 to go.
Both teams are looking to walk off the floor here without, they're starting to shake hands, not realizing that there still is time on the clock.
Yeah, so Zabel inbound, he could probably even just throw it to McCardle is looking for the pass. Just throw it here. It's not really going to make a difference. But that ends the game, 69-54. The Governors, they fall here, and now are 4-4 in the season as they fall by 15. We'll be back in 3 minutes to wrap this one up here from Riggs High School. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
This winter, sip on a delicious hot cocoa and lose yourself in the grace of a fresh falling snow before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for winter sports. Stomp for block shots, holler for match ceiling takedowns, and go berserk for a perfect dismount. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com, member FDIC.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of heat-a-later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of heat-a-later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-a-later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre still wants your trade or your spare vehicle, and we're willing to give you top dollar. And we'll throw in an additional 250 Pierre Pride dollars. Sell us your car, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you an additional 250 Pierre Pride dollars. Trade in your vehicle for a new or different one, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you 250 Pierre Pride dollars. Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit GatewayFordToyota.com.
First United Methodist Church would like to take this time to wish the Pierre Governors great success in this sports season. Athletic competition builds skills, leadership, teamwork, and provides lifelong lessons in character development. I'm Pastor Greg, and I invite you to join us for meaningful worship, personal growth, and compassionate fellowship. For a list of worship times and upcoming events, visit our website, pierrefirstumc.org, or our Facebook page, Pierre First United Methodist Church.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
As we welcome you back here to Riggs High School, as the Pierre Governors, they fall tonight 69-54 to the Mitchell Colonels, as the Colonels now are at 7-2, while the Governors fall to 4-4. And Nathan Nas here joining me in the booth, and it doesn't, 4-game winning streak was great to have, and it was a lot of fun to see. And now we're going to find out how this Governor team can respond. One game, you lost the first game. Then you got the 2-game losing streak and the 3-game skid. Now when you're back to 500 after that really good first 4 games, you're going to find out about the mental toughness of what this Pierre Governor team can be.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think you said they play next Thursday, so that's definitely something, when losses compound and, you have a day in between games or, maybe 2 days in between games, and one of those days is a Sunday, and so you only have one practice in between them. It makes it kind of tough on a coach, especially a coach that when you're on a losing streak in a team, when you're losing on a losing streak like that, you don't really have a lot of time to fix things, don't really have a lot of time to get things done in practice. So now having some time off, they're going to be able to focus on what the Governors need to fix and less on, okay, we have a game tomorrow against Mitchell, so we have to game plan for them. We can't really talk about what happened Tuesday night because we're on to the next one. So having time to step back, look at what the Govs need to look at, and get some things done in practice is huge.
And I mentioned that to Coach Kusler after Coach's Quarter last night, is that you haven't had you've had the long break between Christmas after you won that 4th game to the first part of the year, but you haven't had a weekend where the kids could probably just be kids for a weekend, because you've played every Saturday. You've almost played every Friday and Saturday to begin with, but then you had Christmas and New Year's right in those 2 weekends that you've probably seen extended family. You're not probably able to hang out with your friends or just to be able to relax a little bit. So I think this weekend here is going to be a big one for the Governors to potentially just relax and maybe take a day off, especially on Sunday. Take that day off and just relax and get ready to go for a week that's going to be a little bit less, because you have Douglas on Thursday. Yeah, you have back-to-back games, Douglas and Brandon Valley next week, but you still get that 7 days between games.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they'll come in tomorrow after school and they'll practice, or maybe even after a home game they call a morning practice if the weather's going to get nasty after school tomorrow, and then cut kids loose whenever. If you have practice after school, you can cut them loose after practice, and you tell them we'll see you Monday. Take Saturday off, take Sunday off, kind of recoup, because having those 4 games early, then having 2 weeks off. Yeah, from games, you're practicing, but having 4 games as quickly together, especially this early in the season. You're not really, your body might not be conditioned for those types of things. So taking some time to step away from things, recuperate mentally and physically after 4 tough losses, a close loss and then 3 not as close, but they're still tough. So yeah, having time to step back and regroup, because in that 2 weeks off around Christmas time where you're not playing, you're sitting at 4-0, so you're going to keep things probably going at status quo in practice, getting after the same things you're getting after. Obviously having things that you want to work on, but yeah, maybe now after 4 losses, you can kind of fine tune some things and shed a little more light on those areas of concern that you got to get better at.
The Governors, again, they lose here tonight, 69-54 to the Mitchell Colonels. Caden Hinker had 35 points tonight, obviously as the game high. He had a quiet 14 in the second half. We kind of mentioned that you're like, wow, he had 35 points, and it just didn't feel like he scored a whole lot. But he had 14 points in the second half, which was, when you look at the rest of the Mitchell Colonels, he still outscored the rest of the Mitchell Colonels in that second half than anybody else had in the entire game. Steele Morgan had 12, 11 points for Dylan Solik, 8 for Charlie McCardle, and then 3 for Aiden Myers. So nobody even got 14 points in the entire game except for Caden Hinker at 35, but he had 14 in the second half. That's just how good he is, and even when he's quiet, he's still put up 30-plus points tonight.
Yeah, you hear about him and you see highlights and you see stuff on social media about how special of a player he is, and it's hard to understand the magnitude and understand his true ability until he shows it in front of you. And the crazy thing, there's guys that can score 35 in a night, but they're gonna take a lot of shots to get to that 35. I'm sure, we don't have the numbers in front of us, but he definitely shot a really high percentage, especially in that first half with 21 points. His shooting percentage is probably about 50% for the first half. So being able to put up 35 and do it efficiently, you don't see that a whole lot in high school basketball, especially not on a consistent basis like you've been seeing him do all season.
For the Governors, Matt Hansen had the team-high 17 points. He had a great night tonight. Had all eight in the first half, but he had the first 8 points of the game for the Governors. He finished 5 for 7 from the free throw line, and finished with 17 points for the Governors in the loss tonight. Lincoln Keenels, who didn't score in the first quarter, still finished with 15 points. Then it was Christian Bush with 7, Jackson Edmond with 4, Jet Zabel with 6, 3 for Jacob Mayer, and a bucket for Ben Heisler, as the Governors picked up 54 points but still found themselves down by 15 at the end of the game as they fell 69-54. Matt Hansen, we praised him throughout the entire game, and rightfully so. He probably had his best game of the season, probably one of the best games that he's had in his varsity career. There's still plenty of time to top what he did, but he had an excellent game. The Governors, I don't want to say didn't have very bright spots tonight, but he was the brightest spot of them all tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. He scored 17 game high for the Govs, and not only did he score 17, but defensively he was all over the floor. We highlighted Edmond and Zabel for guarding Hinker, and he got 35 points, but you still have to say that those guys did a good job defending him, because he made a lot of tough contested shots. Hinker shot well from outside on the 3, and just being at the size he is, some of those were contested. So yeah, we didn't really highlight Matthew's defensive effort, but he got after it, getting in help side defense, stopping guys that were driving to the hoop, getting closeouts, getting rebounds, and just really doing a great job getting after it.
The Governors are now 4-4 on the season. They'll take on Douglas next week. They came into tonight at 0-5. Brandon Valley's at 1-4, as they'll play both Thursday and Friday here at home, as the Patriots will come to town, and then Brandon Valley will come to town. We'll have that next Thursday game for you here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. We'll have the Governor girls. It's actually the Governor girls will be in Mitchell tomorrow night after the boys play in Mitchell tonight. The Governor girls will be in Mitchell tomorrow night. That game will be heard on KCCR. And then next Tuesday, the Governor girls will be in Douglas, as we'll have that one for you on KCCR, YouTube at KCCR Sports. And then the boys will take on Douglas next Thursday, which we'll have here on KCCR as well. But again, the Governors fall tonight 69-54 to the Mitchell Colonels, as they are now 4-4 in the season. Mitchell now at 7-2. Now, I got to tell you what, it's guy at 6'8". You think about some of the best teams in AA, and when you look at the standings right now in AA basketball, Roosevelt, O'Gorman, Yankton, Lincoln, Harrisburg, Aberdeen Central all stand in front of Mitchell going into this game. The they've got to find a way to stop Caden Hinker. Anybody in AA has got to find a way to stop Caden Hinker, because I know the Governors, they're not at number one right now in the standings, but they've got a good defensive team. They've got a good set of athletes to go up against Caden Hinker. But right now, there's no one that can go up against Caden Hinker.
Yeah, with that frame, you're going to, those Sioux Falls schools might have a guy, like a Jackson Edmond who,
JT Rock from Lincoln, 7'1". That's going to might be one of the only guys that can actually stand taller than him.
Yeah, and even, in that game, you're not going to see Rock guarding him because there's, Hinker's so good, versatile inside and outside. Rock's not going to follow him out there, so Lincoln's probably going to try to put one of their other tall guys on him. But again, the combination of the 6'8" that Hinker has with the athletic ability, if you try to match him in size, you're probably going to lose athletically. If you try to match his athleticism, you're probably going to lose in size. So you're going to have like I said earlier, it's going to take a special game by a team that plays really good team defense and doesn't rely on a lot of guys to try to go one-on-one. Because if Caden Hinker's going one-on-one on someone after what we saw tonight, I'm putting money on Caden Hinker 10 times out of 10.
Absolutely. Harrisburg is the only South Dakota team to beat them right now. They lost to Harrisburg 65-59, but their only other loss came to Thunder Basin at the Hoop City Classic at the Corn Palace over the Christmas break, because the Mitchell Colonels right now in the ESD, they're about to finish up their ESD schedule. You look at Aberdeen Central down at the very end in Brandon Valley. That's their last two ESD games, and they are now 7-1 in ESD games, or 6-1 in ESD games. So they're in a good spot to win the ESD if they're able to win those last two games against Aberdeen Central and Brandon Valley. But the Governors right now, they dropped their first ESD game to Mitchell. They're now 4-4 in the season. After those 4 wins, now at 4-4, we'll have to try and get that corrected. And Douglas and Brandon Valley are two teams. Again, they're not easy teams, but when you look at opponents to maybe try and end a streak, Douglas and Brandon Valley right now might be those teams that you say, okay, this is when we get the job done. This is when we really need to get the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. You're never going to label anything at the high school level a must-win game or an easy game just by looking at records, because in anything athletically, anything could happen, and Douglas and Brandon Valley are both going to show up and they're going to get after it, and they're going to try to get after it starting on the defensive end. Even with the Sioux Falls games I didn't watch as much as obviously the last two with calling the games with you, but there's a lot of good things that you can look at, defensively against Winter, defensively tonight. You walk away from the defensive effort happy. Hinker putting up 35. You don't want to see it, but with the way he did it,
you tip the cap.
At this point, you tip the cap, you live with it, you move on, and there's still a lot of bright spots to look at in those losses. You never want to lose, but there's a lot of good things to build off of, and I think you start with defense, and you just have to kind of think, offensively, we didn't shoot as well as we wanted to, but we got good shots, and it's not going to be game in and game out that those don't fall for us, because if we keep getting after it, good things are going to happen, shots are going to fall. So a lot of good things to build off of.
Governors fall 69-54 tonight here at Riggs High School, as that will wrap things up here from us from Riggs High School. Governors will look to win their 5th game of the season next Thursday. We'll have a Pierre girls basketball, weather pending, tomorrow night. We'll have then Pierre girls basketball again next Tuesday out at Douglas, and then Pierre boys basketball next Thursday at home against Douglas. Those will be our next 3 games here for you on a KCCR through the next week, as we'll have girls hockey for you on Saturday out in Rapid City as they take on the Rushmore Thunder. Thanks to Spencer Kelly back at the station. Nathan Nas to my left, John Winkler here signing off as the Governors. They fall tonight 69-54 as we say so long from Riggs High School.
You've been listening to Pierre Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Governor Basketball is brought to you in part by Dairy Queen, Todd's Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, Avera St. Mary's, and Bank West. And by Billion Auto, Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Birding Electric, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, and Midwest Co-op. And by Fisher Round, First Dakota National Bank, Lamb Motors, All Around Graphics, and Faith Lutheran Church. And by Missouri River Dentistry, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Papa Murphy's, Kruger Contracting, and Wagner Auto. Join us all season on your home for Governor Sports, KCCR, KCCRradio.com, and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central